Hello guys, my name is Injeti Rohan. My roll number 19 is E01034. I am going to explain the MATLAB basic operations. Now here is the first question. If you want to create a simple vector with 10 elements, we will be using this syntax and the output is this one. And if you want to add a 3 to each element of matrix here, then we will be using b equal to a plus 3 and the output is this one. 3 is added to each element. And to get a 5 into 5 matrix, we will be using this syntax. And here semicolon is used to differ the rows, means it will separate the rows. Here this one is first, uh, 1 to 9 is first row and 0 to 8 is another row, like that. If you want to get a transpose, then we will be using this syntax: y equal to x dash or transpose of x. To multiply uh, two matrices, we will be using star in between. To multiply the elements, means first element will be multiplied with first element, second element multiplied with second element, we will be using dot star. Means, and for this syntax, if you want to get fourth row, then we will be using this syntax. That means for in a matrix X, we will get fourth row, and for transpose we will get x1 column. And for this syntax, we will be getting 2 and 3 columns of this x. And the syntax is used to get the submatrix. That means third row, fourth row, and common with fourth row, fifth row. Here it is third row, fourth row. These four elements, 2, 5, 5, 8. These four elements will get in the output x equal to 2, 5, 8, 5. And this syntax is used to delete the row. Means fourth row is deleted from matrix X, and the remaining will be here. Here this is the output. And coming to question number 2. Here, mm, I will show the out. I will run this. Okay. First of all, this is the second question. This is about the graph. Plot is used to use it for the graph. T is on x-axis and x is on y-axis. Here x equal to cost and y equal to sin t. Here I will show you the graph. This is the graph. Subplot is used to show for or any member of graphs at a time. Here it is. Subplot 2 into 2 means there is a 2 into 2 matrix and the graph is in that displays in that matrix, arranged in that matrix. X label we use for the naming the x-axis, and y label we are using for naming the y-axis, and use title for you use this title to get the title of the given graph. And this represent the graph number 1, graph number 2, and this represent the graph number 3. Stem is used to get discrete values in the graph. Mm. VLS holds such that two graphs will be on the same, two paths will be on the same graph. Here it is sin and cos. We are getting it on the same graph. Legend is used to get uh, get names of the graphs. Here red line is cos t and blue line is sin t. We are using this. We are using this legend, and grid on is used to get this boxes so that we will easy to find the value. Mm. We are for the B question, we are assigning a equal to 1 and b equal to 2, and we are saving it in the uh, fi- we are saving it in the mat file. And for the second one, we are saving it as ab file.txt, and for the third one, we are saving it as ab file.xls. We are get for the to get the ASCII value, we are using this syntax such that ASCII value is here. Here is the output. Mm. And for the structure, we will get this output like this. If you and here it is, we use append if you want to add any extra variable, so that we will be appending a z variable here to the x and y. Here it is, we will get an extra variable z equal to z. So we will use this append function. Magic means we'll be using this magic such that there will be a random variables. Mm. like this. Uh, cell is a type of an array. We use write cell to get to write the cell in XLS form, and to read the cell we will be writing the syntax. And this was the to me, read an audio we will be using this here. The this both names should be same. This was the name of the audio, and then audio will be played in the background when you run the program. And for the question number 3, we will be using this syntax and discriminant. We know the discriminant equal to b square minus 4ac, square root of b square minus 4ac, and x1 and x2 are the roots. Minus b plus discriminant by 2a, x2 is minus b minus discriminant by 2a, and we will be getting the output for this one. And for question number 3, and this was a graph. I will run this. Mm, this was the graph. Here we are giving the x range minus 5 to 10 with an increment of 0.1 regularly, and y is the y equal to x square plus 0.5 x plus 2 is the equation, and we are plotting x and y. We are naming the x-axis as x and y-axis as this one, and we gave a title this one, and we also use a grid so that we get the blocks and to find the values easily. And this was the graph of that one, and we will use CLC to clear the command window and clear the workspace. For question number 4, this was the question number 4. There are so many comments in this question number 4. Let's deal one by one. Here, first I will run this one so that we can understand. Mm. Repelm is used to repeat the copies of array elements. Here, for example, you can you can take A2, A1 comma 3. That means A1 is 972. Each element is repeated 3 times. 999 and 377 is repeated 3 times, and 2 is repeated 3 times, like that. And arithmetic is used to repeat the copies of the array. Here, where this matrix is repeated that number of times. Means A is repeated to 2 comma 3 times, and B repeated 2 comma 3 times. Here it is. Here B is this 1002. This one is repeated one time vertical and 3 times horizontally, like that. And I is used to generate identity matrix, and zeros is there for to calculate zeros. Means everything will be zeros here in n to m form. And once to create all arrays of one element, will be using this one, and the output will be like this. To get a random variables with rand, such that there will be given a random variables here. And to reshape this one, we will be means rows and columns to reshape. We are using this reshape, so that output will be this one. And the concatenates, the dimensions should be matched so that there will be horizontal and vertical. Here 1 implies horizontal, and here 2 implies vertical. See, uh, this identity matrix is vertically with diagonal matrix. Sorry. This one vertically concatenated. Here it is horizontally concatenated. And we are again dealing with another example. Where I1 is here, I2 is here. To do horizontal concatenation, the number of rows should be equal, and to do vertical concatenation, the number of columns should be equal. Here it is. It is easy to understand. And we are using this diagonal command to such that 6350 will be on diagonal, and remaining all will be 0. And this block diagonal means two matrices will be on in diagonal, and the remaining will be zeros. Here 60 flip LR and flip UD. Flip LR is flip LR means It will flip a matrix left to right and flip UD flip a matrix up and down. Here is the output. Here it flips and rotate 90 means it will rotate the matrix by 90 degrees in a counterclockwise direction. Here it is. And TRIL and TRAU means it extracts the lower triangular part of the matrix. Here it is. This one is the output for the rotate 90 degrees, and this one is the means this one is the rotated out for the out matrix, and this one is for the output for the lower triangle matrix, and this one is for the upper triangular matrix. There is also a command circular shift. It shifts the arrays circularly, shifting its rightmost column to the left side. Here it is. This one is shifted, and then similarly this one is the output for that one. Another one. We will be use the length as a command so that we will tell the length of the largest array dimension. Here the length in this matrix is 3, so the output is 3. And to for the size of the array, we will be using size command. It will give the size. Here it is size is 12. We got 12. Number of array dimensions. These two are a two-dimensional array, so we got the output as 2. So on the this will tell the number of array elements. It is 12. Here it is a 3 into 4 matrix, so it is 12. And here is empty. Means it will determine whether the array is empty or not. Here this array is not empty, and here this x2 is empty. So we got 0 and 1 as the values. And for the fifth question, this was about the loops. We use loops to run the program easily. Means we need not write the program again. First one we will do see about the while loop. It repeats it repeats the program until the condition fails. And the other one is for loop. We use this for loop if we want to repeat it in the program for the fixed number of times. Here it is the I want the value for up to 5. So here where I'm taking from 0 to 5 with an increment of 0.5. It will display the output for up to 5. I will run this program so that I can understand. See, this one is the first one, first question, and this one is for the second question. So it belongs from 0 to 5. And nested loop means there is a for loop, and inside the for loop there will be another for loop. Here it is one. And for the fourth one, it is continue. Continue is used if this condition is true, or if the condition is false, then again it will reach the starting of the program and it will run again. By the case in the break, it will if the condition fails, then it will come out of the loop. Yeah, here it is the example. See here, I took the values from 1 to 9 at I equal to 3. Here, since there is no there will be no 3 here, and the remaining 4, 5, 6, 4 to 9 will be here. But in case of break, here since the condition failed at 3, there is no the there will be no repetition. It will come from the out of the loop. So there is no other values. And for the question number 6, I'll use CLC. For question number 6, again I will run the program. If else statement. Sorry. First one is if and statement. Here, if the condition this condition is true, then it will print this one. Otherwise, it will show this one. Here, if a less than 5, example taking 3. Okay, command value taking 3. See, here is the output. And the second one, if else statement. If the condition is true, then it will give this one, or else it will show this printf. Here it is. And for C, if else statement, there is if statement and there is a else statement. In else there is if and else. So that here C, I'm given when C is a number. If C is positive, it will show this one. Or if C is negative, it will go to this else and it will C is negative. And if C is not negative, also it will tell C is 0. And the fourth question, if if means here is a if statement and here is an else statement. Inside if else there is an another if and it will show this number. I will run this after so that we can I can understand. Here is a switch statement. Uh, will be here. I gave a code number and I want to enter the number so that if this if this code matches the case, then it will give the it will print this these values. Means it will print these values. Yes. And for the fourth question, nested switch. That means inside switch there is another switch. Here this is a switch, and inside if this case in this case too, and there is another switch. I will run this program. For the second question, if again I will enter 50, and for third question, if C is negative, I will enter minus 30. It's negative. And for the fourth question, I will enter greater than 50, 55. Mm, it shows the largest number. And for the fifth question, I will enter the code and my code value is A. So get the output as hard. And for the last one, I have to assign the x and y values. I will give one, two, one, three. Then I got when since in access case two in this case two. So in this case two, I will go to case three, and that is case three is when. So I got this one. And thank you. This is the end.